Hi guys, it's me Serena. I know I've been away for about 2 weeks. Just life getting the better of me, partying hard on the weekend. I went to Wireless and I've been having a good summer. Anyway, I saw this video by Fusion of, well, it's Nubian Thoughts, so Fab Cooks and Fusion of Cultures, and it was basically about Fab Cooks' worst day ever. And I was thinking, rah, if that's a worst day ever, I don't, I commented and I was just like, the characters will not be enough for me to explain what my worst day ever is. So I thought, hey, make a video response, talk about something light-hearted. Everybody's kind of ranting at the moment, which I've noticed, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay, where's the fun in the YouTube? Anyway, so I'm going to tell you about my worst day ever. I can laugh about it now, but I was vexed. At the time, I was super duper vexed. Anyway, it was probably, I can't remember how many years ago, but probably about, let's say, about 6 years ago. And I met this guy in the Ministry of Sound. So those of you who are London based, I think it was on a Saturday. So it wasn't like your usual hoodlum night. And I haven't been there in years prior to going on that time, and it was a good night. I listened to house, I had a good time, and I met this guy, and he was really nice. I mean, he was like, it wasn't like, oh, can I have your number kind of thing straight away. It was like general chit chat, he complimented me, I complimented him, and then in the end we exchanged numbers. Yeah, I know, rave, exchange numbers. Anyway, so I exchanged numbers, and we was actually talking for a bit through text and on the phone and emails at work and things like that. So I thought, okay, cool, he seems decent. And when we was like talking via email, he sent me some pictures, and I was like, whoa, he's quite nice, like he's got, yeah, he's nice. Some holiday pics, and I think that probably should have been my first sign that he's a bit strange. Anyway, so moving on, we decided to go. Well, he decided that, he knows that I'm a foodie, which I am, and he's like, do you want to go to this place called Gaucho? Now, I'm a foodie. I know where this place is. I know what this place is. I go there quite regularly, and I was just like, yeah, I'm going to eat some steak, innit? Like, I'm a big meat fan. So, anyway, so I was like, oh, okay, nice first date. So it was Saturday, and which Gaucho that we was going to go to, and it was the one in West End somewhere. So I drove. It was Sunday, I think it was, so you can park on single yellow. And I drove, and I met him down there, and he caught transport. So okay, not bad. I mean, I drive, so if something was to happen further than that point, then I guess I'll be the driver. Anyway, moving on. So we walked into the restaurant, and it was nice. If you've been to a Gaucho before, it's quite a romantic setting. Possibly not the best place to go for like a first date, almost, because it's quite dark and cabs on the wall and stuff. But it was nice. So I was walking down the stairs, and he proceeded to tell me that his friend had designed the menu for the Gaucho chain. So I was just like, okay, that's nice, but it kind of like tooting your own friend's horn almost, maybe just a tad. So when the waitress came over with the drinks menu, I didn't really, well, before she came, he was just telling me about all these wines and what was good to have with what and blah blah blah. I'm not a wine person, so I'm going to listen to you. Doesn't mean that I'm taking it in. But anyway, so she came over with the wine list and told her, and he asked her what she thought was the best choice for whatever we was going to have. So she told him, and he looked at the price, and then he said, what's the cheapest red wine you got? What? Like, okay, I'm not saying that you need to be balling with your sprinklers, sparklers waving in the air. No, just like you could see for yourself what the cheapest option was to buy, and you could have picked that one. But you asked her for her opinion, and then asked her what's the cheapest one. Even she looked at me like, what? Anyway, so moving on, we ordered our starters. From that point, he got his cheap wine. I had a juice. So we ordered our starters. I had something. It was probably like squid with something, and he had something else I didn't really like. So I do like squid. So I had the bits that I like, and then there's a few bits which I thought was garnish, and like the tentacle bit, which I don't really eat that part. It has to be probably a bit more deep fried for me to eat it. But yeah, so that I left, and I closed my plate. My knife and fork was together, and then the man, when the people came to collect our starters, and he was, bragging some more, and they came to pick up our starters, and he proceeded to dip his fork into my finished plate. Nah, you don't do that. And that's instantly, I was just like, right, so I'm never seeing this guy again, ever. Ever. Your etiquette isn't, it's no. No, thank you. I'm not interested in that. Who on a first date you meet someone, it's different if you know someone and you're dipping your fork into their plate, but the people are taking my plate and you're dipping to have my leftovers. Anyway, moving on, our steaks game, they were beautiful, thank God. And then, general chit chat. He proceeded to tell me he's been to Argentina and blah 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 blah. It was kind of a bit of a bragging session for him almost. It's like, I mean, obviously I'll give my tidbits of information about myself, but it was kind of his show almost. And so moving on from there, the night ended, thank God. I did feel a bit like I'm ready to leave now. From when he dipped his fork into my starter plate, I was like, nope, I don't want dessert. I'm going to eat my steak and leave. So the bill came now, and he goes to me, oh, you can pay £20, da, 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 da. And I was just like, listen, I walk with my money anyway. I'm not one of those girls who come with a too long hand and don't have no pocket to push their money in kind of thing. Like, I come with my money, but you asked me to come to this restaurant, and Gaucho's isn't cheap. It's not. So I didn't. I don't know, because I don't know what I expected, but I was kind of like, right. So if you're asking me to pay a little piece now, then this, it's interesting. Interesting. The bill was quite expensive, but for him to say, oh, you can pay that kind of thing, was a bit interesting to me personally. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, I don't know. So anyway, we paid the bill, we left, and this is when the real trouble set in. I couldn't remember where I parked my car. The man had stunned me with his grossness and, just not my type of personness. I can't remember where our car was. We walked, and he was really quite sweet. Like, he tried to help me find my car, but by the end, like, I think must have been about an hour and a half. I was just walking around central London like, where's my car? I don't know, and he kept on asking me the same questions, and in the end I had to turn to him and say, look, it'll be better if you go, because you're not helping me almost, like, you actually are not helping me. I don't know where I parked my car. I don't know, you're kind of distracting kind of thing. So he went, and I walked into the station, and then lo and behold, I found my car within seconds after him leaving me. And to me, I think that's kind of a bad omen, walking around in the cold, wet London weather, and as soon as somebody's gone, weight off your shoulder, you find your car. So needless to say, I did not see him again, and I did feel like I acted kind of childishly afterwards, because I did start to ignore him. I should have just said, do you know what, you're not my type of person. But I'm older now, so I can be like, do you know what, you're not my type of person. I'll be telling you that for once you're dipping your fork into my plate the first time we meet kind of thing. So anyway, that is my worst ever date ever. On Monday, I proceeded to write a really long email to my friends, and they were busting up for ages. Like, my sister was just like, nah, you need to put that in a book or something. So should I find this email, I'll put it in the description box. But I hope I entertain somebody today, because the weather in England is not great, and there are a lot of rantings going on at the moment, and I just hope that somebody can have a little laugh at my expense on this one. So thanks, girls, for putting this out there, and I hope some other people do some video responses as well. It'll be interesting to see what's happening, and like who, and it's like not what to do in those kind of situations. So thanks for watching me. Thanks, bye.